Hey everybody, how's it going? Dan Shinder here, still on Drum Talk TV, live coverage of the NAMM Show 2019 at the Drum Talk TV booth 6732. I don't know if any of that's true, I'm just making this up. I'm here with James Gadson, legendary groover. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. It's wonderful to be here today. All the excitement out here, all the instruments, and especially all the drums and percussion.
I appreciate you taking time.
And seeing all the people. It's a great hang. I haven't seen you in 6 years.
Yeah, it's been 6 years ago in the first month of Drum Talk TV, which was January of 2013. James Gadson was nice enough to welcome us into his home to do an interview in his studio. And we've stayed in touch, but we haven't been able to do this, which is just great.
Right. This is great. This is great.
And I want to tell the youngsters, because, you know, it's like a lot of generations have procreated since you've been playing, and a lot of them don't know. James is the most recorded rhythm and blues drummer on the planet. Give them an idea of some of your work. Who have you worked with?
Wow, everybody. I made some Temptations, Marvin Gaye, Four Tops, watch 103rd Street Rhythm Band, Bill Withers. I can't think. I've just been blessed. It's been so almost everyone that was in.
It just goes on and on, yeah. Who are some of the people you've worked with that you have the best memories of those times, whether it's a studio session, playing live, or even just hanging out?
Well, probably Bill Withers. I think I was more creative with him. Bill Withers and Dyke and the Blazers, you know, probably most creative as far as I could do my thing, you know.
And when did you start playing drums? Do you remember what year it was?
I was 21 years old.
That's right, you started late. I remember now. Well, I say started late, but...
Yeah, I got out of the Air Force.
And thank you for serving, by the way.
Oh, thank you. My brother had a band, and I the whole time I was in the Air Force, I didn't know that he had a band. I'm an old doo-wopper singer, you know, doo-wop, singing the doo-wop. So he led me in the band. I could play 2 or 3 chords on the piano, and I was the front man doing all the dancing and the Little Richard stuff and all that. And the bass player left, and the drummer was the bass player. The drums fell into my hands. Now, my father was a drummer, but he didn't want me to be in the music business, you know what I'm saying? So my brother said, "Oh, you can do it. You got to do it." So I had to. That was on the journey. I practiced, and the good thing about it, we all sang at the same time. We sang the harmonies and stuff too. So as I'm learning to play drums, I was learning to do the harmonies at the same time to sing the drum. You know, playing the drums. So it's a great experience. So I was self-taught. I learned, as they say, from the streets. And I've studied, you know, so, and I've been blessed, you know. So,
where was this? Where did you grow up, James?
Kansas City, Missouri, the home of the great Charlie Parker, you know.
I was just going to say, some great music came out of that area.
Right, Count Basie and all the great big bands used to come through there, and, you know, it was, I got to see, well, I got to feel a little resemblance of it when I was, I guess, very young. You know, but great music.
Who are some of your earliest influences? Like when you came out of the Air Force, you're 21, the drums fall into your lap, into your hands, which is something you didn't really seek out that much. How did you get up to speed?
Well, you know, I just had to listen. At that time, you didn't really know who was playing on the records or anything because they didn't put their names on the album covers. But I'm sure it was Benny Benjamin out of Motown. There's so many people. What's the guy? Panama Francis, who did a lot of different kind of work of that nature. He did the R&B stuff and the jazz stuff. Al Jackson later on, but I always loved Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, Elvin Jones, because I was I went into jazz drummers later. Max Roach, Philly Joe Jones, just everybody that I came, you know, that I heard their music.
Music is still amazing,
right.
Even today. It could come out today and it'd still be so innovative and ahead of its time. The technique and, you know, Philly Joe Jones and Papa Joe Jones. You mentioned Max Roach, one of my favorites.
Right. You're right about it. It's very timeless music. I don't think nobody ever caught up with what they were really doing. Actually, it was like an encyclopedia. So it's so great to I still listen to, although I listen to the young guys today who I think is magnificent. I mean, it's just great, I listen to all the young guys today, also, and it's just great because it's so musical, period.
What would you identify as your, I guess, big break? What was the beginning of that path that made you the guy who started getting all the work? What was your big break? Who was it?
I think it was after I left Bill Withers and went to Motown. It was a guy by the name of Hal Davis was a producer. He and James Carmichael called me to do the recording sessions in Norman Whitfield. And Motown was really a school for me. I mean, it was a school for all the Motown artists, but it was a school for me, too, to learn about how to record, how to play records. So I'm thinking that was my big break,
I actually thought it was your first Drum Talk TV interview.
Well, you know what? It might have been.
Do you listen to any contemporary music, or are you like me, where I listen to very little contemporary music? I admit it. I listen to the same stuff I was playing to 30, 40 years ago. Do you still mainly listen to what you grew up with, or are there some newer stuff in the last 20 years you admire?
I listen to everything and try to compare it to see where it came from. I mean, I like all music, I mean, naturally I'm going to like the contemporary stuff that I came up on because that was what, as you say, developed me in my musical career. I still like the blues, the Johnny Taylors and all those, but I like all of it, because it all evolves in a way. Even the rock, I mean, all of it. I mean, I just did a country record a couple of months ago, so it's all music, and I have truly been blessed that I could play all these different styles, So it's a wonderful.
It's very important for drummers, well, all musicians, to really expand their horizons. And I listen to a wide variety of stuff, even though most of the stuff I listen to is from 35, 40 years plus ago. But when we listen to even music maybe we don't like that much, there's still little golden nuggets we can pull from that music to put in our tool chest.
Right. That's right. That's very true.
I have a James Gadson fun fact question, okay? When you're not playing music and not at your drums, what do you like to do?
Well, right now, I guess everybody's all kind of jacked up. I'm watching a lot of TV, watching what is happening with our country, watching that. That's probably been which a bad thing is a mainstay. But I've been doing a lot of that. Although I'm a Christian too, I love the Lord Jesus, and I like to go to church and everything. So,
I would love to come to your house again and do another full-length interview.
Do that. Yeah.
Maybe even play together.
Right, that would be cool.
That would be awesome. So watch for that. I'm going to talk to James about planning that. I really appreciate you taking time to come back on.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Thanks for all the great music, too.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for following Drum Talk TV and joining James Gadson and myself right here on Drum Talk TV, live coverage of the NAMM Show here in Anaheim, California. We'll see you soon.